And now, iHeartRadio presents the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida.
If you want to crown them, then crown them. They are who we thought they were.
Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome, everybody, to the Sunshine State's only true authentic sports talk radio show, where we focus on the teams and the topics important to you, listeners in the state of Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports talk radio. That man right across the glass, he's the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes, getting it done, pressing all the buttons over there. What is it? It's a Yingling Football Friday. It's a free-for-all Friday. We are ready to talk some sports. Anything you want to talk about on a free-for-all Friday. Is that not right, Kravitz?
Anything and everything is up for grabs. We'll answer any of your questions. 50857 is how you can reach us on the text line and on the iHeartRadio talkback. Just tap that microphone icon and fire away. You can also leave us a comment on our live YouTube channel, and we'll get that onto the screen as well, and we'll answer it. So it's a free-for-all. Excited. It's a Friday football festival as well. So you're dancing for the camera. This is what happens when you put Mike Bianchi on a camera.
I'm doing my Kermit the Frog.
You don't know how to handle yourself.
Okay.
You know, they say that there's no such thing as reality TV because everybody acts different with a camera in their face. And that is evident.
Travis, remember we were on camera one time? Did we not have some wrestling masks we were wearing at one point?
Huh? I forgot about that. Jaden, you'll appreciate this story, especially since we just had a high-level pre-show team meeting. We used to be on video many years ago. Right. I mean, we were ahead of schedule with the video stuff, and then for some reason, we as a station just took a giant step back, and now we're taking another step forward. But we were on video every single day, and Bianchi and I would stress about doing something weird at the start of the video. And so one of the things we would do regularly is put on wrestling masks that we popped on the screen. We look like luchadors.
We should do that again.
I was just about to say, bring it back. I'll get some Rey Mysterio masks for you guys.
Yeah, we were ahead of that musical group you went and saw the other night, right?
That's right. Sleep
token.
That's right. You and I were sleep token before. We were awake token.
That's right. All right, let's get to the highlights of the headline. All right, we're going to delve into this game much more as the show progresses, but the Dolphins played the Bills tough last night, covered the spread, but in the end, an interception by Tua Tagovailoa and mind-numbing penalties doomed the Dolphins. So with the game on the line, the Dolphins threatening to tie the score with about 3 minutes left, this happened.
Here's the snap. Back to pass. Fires. It's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. Coming the other way and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Terrell Bernard, Mr. Fourth Quarter, comes up huge. He read Tua like a book.
Trying to throw it to Jalen Waddle. Terrell Bernard steps in front of it. Bills go on to win the game 31-21. The momentum actually shifted, Kravs, with about 10 minutes remaining. The score's tied. What was it? 21-all. The Bills are getting ready to punt from about midfield. It's 4th and 7. And then this happens.
Brand Robbins got released. He takes over. Punt is with a flag down, and the punt's going to be downed at the 2-yard line, but you've got Zach Sealer.
Blew him off. Zach Sealer roughing the punter. The Bills take it down, score, and that changed the momentum of the game. Do we want to hear from Mike McDaniel? Let's hear from Mike McDaniel.
Our expectation was to come in here and win the game, and we knew we had to not turn the ball over, and we knew we had to, try to get at least plus or at least even with them in the takeaway department, and we had to play good football and make some plays, and we had a turnover in a critical situation. We had a critical penalty against on a punt. Those types of things that's how these types of games are decided. So it feels like a loss, and feels like we have a lot of motivation to get back to work.
Yeah, well, as the immortal Mike McDaniel once said, to win the game, you have to win the game.
Well, he said to win the game, you have to not lose the game, and that's what they did. They lost the game again.
The two most critical mistakes in the game were made by the Miami Dolphins, and I am telling you, Mike, the Buffalo Bills talked about this in meetings going into Thursday night. Guys, we don't have to do anything special tonight. They will beat themselves if we let them. I guarantee those exact words were used by Sean McDermott and staff to their team. Did you notice that the Buffalo Bills had 0 attempted explosive plays in this game?
Yeah, they were
just running the ball.
Dink-a-doodle-dunk.
Just first down here. If we have to punt, we'll punt. They will eventually give the game to us if we let them. And that's exactly what happened. The Bills baited the Dolphins into that loss.
All right, we'll get into the other NFL games as the show progresses. The big college games in the state this weekend, Miami versus Florida. They'll be hosting the Gators in UCF, North Carolina, right here at the Bounce House in Orlando. Kravitz, I'm worried about myself, all right? Usually, I would be so pumped up for the Miami-Florida game, but I don't know. I know what Florida is. Not very good. I know what Miami is. Very good. But the UCF North Carolina game intrigues me more than the Florida-Miami game for whatever reason, because I am fascinated to see what UCF looks like against a real team. And I know North Carolina is not great, but at least they're a real team.
Well, I'm not sure that they're a real team yet.
Well,
I don't think that we actually have evidence of that. They have a real coach, we think.
And they have a real NIL budget, and they have real, supposedly, Division I players, unlike the other two teams they played. And, I mean, UCF was double-digit favorites in both of their first two games.
We're going to have a much better idea of what UCF is after this weekend. That is for sure. Positively, negatively, or whatever. Even if it's neutral, we're just going to feel better about our opinion of UCF, confident in the opinion of whatever it is
right
after this weekend. I am still pretty excited about Miami and Florida, though.
You are?
I am.
Yeah.
The Gators gave that game away against LSU. I thought they outplayed LSU. DJ Lagway was as awful as you could possibly be at the quarterback position. I still believe this is a quarterback.
You still believe in DJ Lagway?
I'm not saying he's going to be good this week. I just think that I think there is good quarterback play within him. And if at any point that comes out against a Miami team that, let's be honest, they're feeling themselves right now.
Absolutely, they are and should be.
Nobody reads the press clippings or smells their own brand quite like a Miami football team, okay? We know that that's the case over the years. When Miami is good down there, the folks in South Florida will tell them everything that they want to hear. And at some point, they're going to have a game where they go, uh-oh. And I think Saturday night might be it. We'll talk about that more as the show progresses.
All right, big news in Major League Baseball yesterday. One of the greatest pitchers of our era, maybe the greatest pitcher of our era, Clayton Kershaw, announces he's retiring a day before he will probably pitch his final game in Dodger Stadium tonight. Listen to Clayton Kershaw at his press conference yesterday.
That's it. My favorite thing. My last thing is my favorite Bible verse. It's whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as you're working for the Lord, not for men. It's Colossians. And that's what I try to do. Just work at it. Just work at it. Love it. And so I'm really not sad. I'm really not. I'm really at peace with this. It's just emotional, and I've tried to hold it together. I told our guys not to make it weird today. So because I was going to get weird if you make it weird, and here I am making it weird. So that's all I have, and just thank you everybody here that's covered me over the years. I know I'm not the most fun at times, so just thank you for putting up with me, and that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Clayton Kershaw, Kravitz, 3 Cy Youngs, MVPs, 11 All-Star games. The statistics are unbelievable. What he's done in his 18-year career, his .698 career winning percentage tops all pitchers with at least 200 victories since 1900. All sorts of stats and superlatives we could talk about. But even though those stats are impressive, the most impressive thing at all, Kravs, 18 years with the same team.
Yeah, you never see it anymore.
Right?
You really don't. That is special.
Right.
And that makes him an iconic Dodger, which is a very difficult thing to pull off with how many great players they've had in their history.
No question. So Clayton Kershaw, by the way, pitching tonight. You going to be watching?
I don't think so.
No, probably be late. Probably be too late.
Where does he rank for you, top lefty pitchers of all time, off the top of your head?
I think he's the greatest. Well, he's not Sandy Koufax, for crying out loud. Although he had a much longer career than Sandy Koufax. But greatest lefties of all time? Heck, I don't know. I don't even know who's lefty and who's righty, for crying out loud.
Was Sandy Koufax lefty?
Yeah, he was a lefty.
Yeah, he was a lefty. Randy Johnson, by the way, is the answer to the question.
Oh, Randy
Come on.
Johnson. What about,
The big unit.
was Whitey Ford a lefty?
I don't know. Steve Carlton is high on the
Oh,
list.
yeah.
Tom Glavine. Lefty Grove. What a great name for a lefty. What are the odds of that?
And those are your headlines.
Somebody on the text line is going to go off that I just asked the question, is Sandy Koufax a lefty? I never watched him pitch, okay?
Neither did I. He was even before my time.
Up next, more on this Dolphins loss. Was it moral or not? We'll answer those questions next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Get ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center this Friday through Sunday. IDC's flying in the entire collection of new styles from both Tacori and Verragio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori, Verragio, the world's two premier ring designers, together on the IDC set stage with special incentives or zero interest financing through 2028. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by the true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Verragio, unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Verragio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Also, for this amazing 3-day event, IDC has brought in hundreds of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. These are in immaculate condition, some never even worn before. It's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, only at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Mall at Millennia.
You know, they say not all heroes wear capes. Well, that is certainly the case for my go-to real estate agent, Kevin Krager. When you're buying a home, who you work with matters a lot. That's why you need Kevin Krager with LPT Realty on your side. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings in deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what is it that truly sets Kevin apart? Kevin's strong background in construction is second to none in the industry. He knows what to look for. You go on a walk with him through a prospective house of yours, you're going to get the most fundamental information about the foundation to the roof line. He is focused on protecting your investment every single step of the way. And then even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin is loyal to his clients. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades, all at cost for those that buy through him. If you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, Kevin Krager with LPT Realty is there for you today. Your future home will thank you.
Afternoon traffic starting to pile up on all the major roadways. There's also a couple accidents to keep an eye out for. I-4 eastbound near that Longwood Lake Mary Rest area. There's a crash off to the shoulder there. Florida's Turnpike southbound before County Road 561. The left lane's blocked. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
the ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening tonight and tomorrow.
Live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tonight and tomorrow night, starting at 10:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you.
Orlando. iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. When exploring outdoor areas like local parks or a historic urban neighborhood this spring, be sure to recreate responsibly to protect yourself and the environment. Check the open status of a place before you visit, be respectful of others, and dispose of waste properly. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Hey, I'm your mountain bike. Been a minute since we hit the trail. Why not roll me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that keeps us all moving. Donate today. On your left. To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and the drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Fall is the season for reinvention, and it's easy to do at Macy's Fall Favorite Sale. Come in and find your new favorite styles, like romantic ruffled dresses, chic trenches, cashmere sweaters, and textural fall layers, which are perfect for mixing and matching, all for 20 to 50% off. So if you're looking for your new favorite things, look no further than the Fall Favorite Sale today, only at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
The NFL is off to a wild start.
Touchdown pass number 508 for Aaron Rodgers.
And the new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Touchdown Denver.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown Chargers.
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
That's a touchdown.
Just search NFL to dive in.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. To Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz rolls right along on this Yingling Football Friday, AM 930 in Jacksonville. You can find us there, FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee, and right here, home base in Orlando, Florida on FM 96.9 The Game. Streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and on YouTube. Just search 96.9 The Game, no spaces. Looking at some Tua stats from last night. Not pretty. Told you not to pick him up in fantasy, Mike. Hopefully you listened to me.
I did not start Tua last night.
That's
thank
good.
God. Although I was actually thinking about making a bet and taking the Dolphins to cover. I wish I had.
I wish I had too. I'm out a few bucks because of that one. That one's like a double-edged. It hit me in two different directions. As I didn't win the bet on the Bills and my team lost. It's like, at least if the Dolphins are going to cover, could you go ahead and win the game so that I can feel some sense of joy? It is time for our daily coach quote of the day. Here's our daily source of inspiration and motivation. I still had the Dolly Parton quote on there. Instead of speaking the language of fear and defeat, we must speak the language of possibility. That feels like a presidential quote right there. Instead of speaking the language of fear and defeat, we must speak the language of possibility.
Yeah. We have nothing to fear but fear itself, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, speaking a presidential quote.
If you don't think it's possible, then you're right. If you don't think it's possible, it's impossible.
It all goes back to Walt Disney, who built the city that we're living in right now. If you can dream it, you can do it. It all goes back to that.
That's right. And that's why when we get a baseball team, we're going to name it the Dreamers,
That's
whether
right.
you like it or not.
Yeah.
Possibility is an interesting way to dovetail into this topic, because I guess it's possible that the Dolphins can still make the playoffs. They're sitting at 0-3.
Stop it.
2.4% chance since 1990. 2.4% of teams that start 0-3 make the playoffs. So that's the good news or the bad news.
Yeah, but those are teams that sort of start off in a fluky 0-3, and you think they're good teams. Like if the Bengals last year or something start off, and they have a great quarterback, and you think they can come. The Dolphins have none of that. They have none of that. Oh, I think their defense isn't good. Their offense isn't good. They make too many mistakes. The discipline is bad. I mean, they're a laughing stock. They're such a laughing stock, Kravitz.
Yeah, they are. So I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but those are the numbers behind it. This does leave Mike McDaniel a chance to live to fight another day. His team did play hard last night. They scored the first touchdown of the game.
The field.
The game was tied at halftime. They had a chance to score a tying or go-ahead touchdown in the final couple minutes of the game, and then, of course, this happened.
Here's the snap. Back to pass. Fires. It's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. Coming the other way and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Terrell Bernard, Mr. Fourth Quarter, comes up huge. He read Tua like a book.
Yeah. And I'm sure that Tua will take full accountability for staring down Jalen Waddle in the red zone with the game on the line.
I thought I was in rhythm, in timing of the play. Seen the flat defender go over the top of Jalen. Jalen's turning around. I think that was a really good play by the defender. Had some color in my face trying to maneuver the throw as well. 10 out of 10 times, if we're looking at that same thing, I'd still try to work that timing of hitting that spot. And I think the linebacker made a great play on that.
10 out of 10? How about 1 out of 1 it didn't work? That is high school stuff. To do what he did at the end of that football game.
In fairness, and it was a bad throw. He said he had some color in his face. No, he had a guy who the freaking offensive lineman, I don't know who it was, the right guard, just whiffed. Yeah. Just absolutely whiffed. And the guy's in his face, and I'm sure Tua didn't see the guy. He didn't see the guy because the guy was in his face. because the offensive lineman blew his assignment.
Then take the sack. The last thing you can do is just throw the ball into the middle of the field with the game on the line. And it'd be one thing.
I'm not defending Tua.
Well, it sounds like it.
No, I'm not defending Tua. I'm just saying the offensive lineman is more to blame than Tua is. The offensive line. It's not like the guy was blitzing or anything. It was the guy lined up right in front of him.
I would agree with you. It would be one thing if this wasn't habitual at this point for Tua. Jordan missed 26 game winners. Tom Brady has thrown interceptions at the end of games. It's not like this kind of thing doesn't happen to good quarterbacks or great players. They miss. They make mistakes. But Tua does it all the time. This is now his brand. The most consistent thing about Tua is his inconsistency. And so for the game to end like that, it was so predictable that it was going to end this way.
I agree. I agree.
Which is why, Mike, the Dolphins have changed their theme song. So to remind people, this is what the Dolphins theme song has been for a long time.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. Like no one's ever seen. On the ground, we're always in control. Yep. When you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl.
That's right. Okay, so that
Miami Dolphins.
All right.
Miami.
Yep. Okay, that's good. We're good. That was their old song. Now, Jaden has remixed it to fit more of the 2025 vibe.
Here we go, the flippers flop, dropping balls, they never stop. Running sideways, what a sight. The helmets barely fit on right. Flipper the chain spinning in the feet. Losing every game, can't stay on their feet. Cheer for the fumble, clap for the miss. The flippers of shame, they're worse than this.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's the new one. That's their new theme song.
Jumpy. It's got a little day. You can dance to that.
Yeah.
Huh? You can definitely dance to that.
They're going to play that at home games now. Unbelievable. Tua, by the way, this was the stat I was staring at during the commercial break. Tua averaged 4.2 yards per attempt last night. Per attempt, not per completion.
Well, Josh Allen probably did not average more than that either.
Yeah, the Bills did that on purpose. The Dolphins did that because they have no other option. Up next, how big of a game is this for the UCF Knights? We'll check in with our UCF beat reporter on that topic next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, you know that long, hot Florida summer? I think it's finally ending, but the housing market, it's heating up for buyers. Mortgage rates have dropped. I think the Fed just dropped the interest rates this week. They're in the sixes for the first time in over a year. Inventory's up. Prices are stabilizing. That means more options, more negotiation power, and greater affordability. The Nickley Group is the #1 real estate team in Orlando for a reason. They are saving buyers an average of $24,000 on their home purchases. They're negotiating interest rate buydowns, seller concessions, and instant equity. Plus, you get perks like a free appraisal, free home warranty, even free moving trucks and supplies. These are the local experts you want in your huddle. Download our free buyer's guide today at thenicklygroup.com. That's thenicklygroup.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Let's talk about Pizza Bruno. This place is top notch. I mean, not. Sorry, I can't get the garlic knots out of my head. You want meatballs, you want salads, you want fresh ingredients in every single mouth-watering bite. Pizza Bruno is your spot. Try my personal favorite, the spicy Stetson, crunchy pepperoni, big dollops of ricotta cheese, and hot honey. It is so good. 3 locations in Central Florida, Edgewater, Maitland, and on Curry Ford Road. Visit pizzabruno.fl.com and work up an appetite.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Tailgating at the UCF game this weekend? It's just not complete without Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. More of 96.9 The Game's Football Friday coming up.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercod furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Edition Financial Arena on January 10th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BettorEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BettorEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BettorEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at BettorEdge.com or on the BettorEdge app.
Help the planet with a tip from iHeartRadio Earth. Marine litter is often the result of poorly managed trash on land. To help prevent trash from escaping from your outdoor trash bins on collection day, keep the trash bin lid closed. Don't overflow it, and put it out for pickup shortly before the scheduled pickup time. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing at $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
This report is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, serving coastal and central Florida.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Friday evening forecast. We made it to the weekend and it's going to be a beautiful start to the weekend. So if you do have any plans for your Friday evening, things are looking good. Taking a look at the weekend ahead, temperature is going to be throughout the upper 80s and low 90s. Little bit more of that humidity starting to kick back in with scattered showers and a couple of pop-up thunderstorms through your Saturday and Sunday afternoons. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Make sure you get outside and enjoy.
When storm damage hits, call the pros. Paul Davis Restoration. On call 24/7, giving you peace of mind and restoring your home or business. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
UCF's got a big one coming up on Saturday with UNC coming to the Bounce House. Sean Green, host of the UCF Charge On podcast, is live on with us right now. Sean, it's been a minute. UCF off last week. How excited are you for this one?
I'm excited. It's not North Carolina A&T, so I think that's the exciting thing. But I'm excited to have a real opponent coming to town. It's been a minute.
I called it the most anticipated UCF home game in 5 years. Outside of the Colorado game. So if I would say Colorado, if I'm not being a full prisoner of the moment, the Colorado game last year with Dion, Shador, Travis Hunter, Big Noon Kick, that was highly anticipated. But if we're talking about post Josh Heupel till now, I would put that at 1. I think I'd put this at 2. Where do you land on that?
I mean, I haven't given it much thought. I would say the game a couple years ago, UCF Cincinnati, where they were coming in ranked, UCF had kind of found some momentum with Gus, and then Mikey Keene came in at the end of the game and won it. I probably put that close to the top just because there was so much hype that season. But no, I would agree with you. This is definitely, compared to Colorado, I keep saying it, that after Colorado, this is the most anticipated game in a minute for UCF, which is crazy to say given how many people assumed the season would go.
I've been trying to convince Kravitz this week that, Scott Frost said earlier this week, this is just another game. I don't buy that for a minute. Like you guys are just talking, this is a huge game as far as, in my mind, sort of setting the tone for the Scott Frost era, because quite frankly, I think they were coming into this season. I think there was still a little bit of a Gus hangover, and people are waiting to see Scott Frost sort of, turn into the old Scott Frost. I think this might be able to sort of ignite that. How do you feel?
No, 100%, Mike. And I do think there is still a Gus hangover. Even with the season starting, I think the Gus hangover is going to be here until there's a reason not to have the hangover anymore. I think this is the first step. And let's be real. It's against a team that you have a chance to beat. Like, this is not world beaters coming into Orlando. This is a team just like you that is struggling, that has a lot of transfers. And the name of Bill Belichick is kind of taking over this game. So I understand this is just another game. And I kind of like the mantra to kind of, hey, listen, you're not good enough to start thinking you're, just going to roll past this game. It is a big game. You're on national TV. A lot of your players now have not been on national TV. So it is a big game, but I think the underdog mentality is back, which kind of helps them push that narrative. It's just another game.
Plus, even though North Carolina is not that good, if they beat North Carolina and Bill Belichick loses the game, that's going to be a national story, and that's going to be good for UCF.
Oh, 100%. Like, I've been watching Carolina tape this entire week, and I'm genuinely shocked just how, I thought, listen, UCF's first game was bad on offense, but their offense is one of the worst in the country that I've seen. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's Bill Belichick. And if you come in, they're coming into Orlando, you beat them at home in good fashion, it's going to be national headlines. They're going to talk about Bill losing to UCF, and that helps you. And it kind of catapults your name back into the national spotlight, at least for a week.
And it catapults you into conference play as well. It'd be a really well-timed win. We're talking to Sean Green from the UCF Charge On podcast. You can subscribe to that wherever you download your favorites. Also available on YouTube with a blossoming, huge following. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I'm saying it with a tinge of jealousy. Where are we in terms of Cam Fancher? It seems like he's back to at least healthy enough to practice. Do you think there's any sort of decision going into Saturday's game?
The coaches are being very hush-hush, which as they should. Listen, it's a weird predicament. Scott Frost is not, push to me the type of coach that wants to just give a quarterback job away because of an injury. But with that being said, it kind of feels like the players have gone around Taven. We talked to Dwayne Thomas this week, and I asked him, how's Taven been? What's it been like with him as quarterback one? And he spoke glowingly just about how Taven's kind of locked in, how he's kind of built that rapport. And listen, I think Cam, the coaches like Cam, and clearly he was quarterback one. But listen, there's just too much riding on this stretch of games. This game specifically, Taven played Steve Belichick's defense last year when he was at Washington. I think there's some familiarity there. I don't think you mess with it. I mean, the team is hot. They're coming off of a bye week. He got the first team reps last week. I don't think you mess with it regardless if Cam is healthy or not.
What do you know? What have you heard as far as the Sean Clark situation goes? I know the team is going to rally, but it can also be a distraction. I don't know if you've heard anything as far as his health. And ever since that medical emergency, for those that hadn't heard, UCF offensive line coach Sean Clark was hospitalized this week.
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate, Brandon. There's some things out there that, we don't know for sure. We just know that luckily, I think Scott Frost mentioned on the radio show here a couple days ago that they received some positive news. He was stable when they announced it originally, but I guess they've heard some positive news since then. They're bringing in some help on the offensive line. We just don't know for sure, but thoughts and prayers are with Sean Clark and his family, and hopefully he's doing much better. And it sounds like he is. So that's a positive thing.
I realized it came against North Carolina A&T, but Jaden Nixon was spectacular in that game. Is he the next? I'm looking for some names from the past that Scott Clark brought in. I'm thinking of Adrian Killens or may rest in peace Otis Anderson Jr. Is this the next one of those guys?
I think a lot of people assumed he would be when they originally signed him. But after that first game, right, we were kind of like, oh, here we go. Is he going to even do anything for the team this year? We've known from the past couple of years with Gus that he might bring in a guy and everybody just assumes he's going to be Penny Boone is the name that kind of I'm thinking of. But no, Jaden Nixon was electric last week. And I think they finally realized the first week they were basically just running him downhill. And Jaden Nixon, with the type of back that he is, he's not Miles Montgomery, right? Miles can go downhill, north to south, or he can cut it out. I think Jaden Nixon you want to get him out in space. You want to get him the ball out there. And I think the coaching staff put him in those positions. Can they use him like that this week? I'm assuming Bill Belichick is going to try and shut that down after seeing all the tape on him last week. But I think if UCF gets Jaden Nixon in more of those situations, I think it could be a really good weapon for UCF moving forward.
At Charge On UCF, you go ahead and become part of their YouTube army. It's the Charge On podcast. The UCF.
You are jealous.
Football. I'm just.
Don't be jealous,
I'm jealous in a friendly way. I respect Sean Green. I'm happy for him.
I respect y'all.
Can I be happy for someone and be jealous? Is that allowed?
Yeah, we've got almost 100.
Yeah, we're at almost 100. All right. Thanks so much, Sean. We appreciate it. Enjoy the game tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. You too.
Can I have your followers, please? Up next, it's your time to shine. Your texts, your talkbacks, vent your frustrations on the iHeartRadio talkback. Just tap that microphone icon and fire away. We are back with those next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Picture this, Labor Day weekend. It's blazing hot outside. My AC decides to call it quits, just stops cooling. I'm sweating. I've got guests coming over, and I'm thinking, this is a freaking nightmare. I call Ziegler Air Conditioning, and get this, they had a tech at my door in an hour, saved my weekend. That's why when it comes to AC, I only trust Ziegler. Pat Ziegler, Jason, and their team just celebrated their 40th anniversary of keeping Central Florida cool with honest, reliable service. They installed my system, they maintain it, and they make sure everything runs efficiently. You won't get any high-pressure upsells from these guys. Unlike other companies that send salespeople along just to sell you a new unit, Ziegler's technicians are there to fix your problem, not pad their commission. They're also a carrier and factory authorized dealer, which means exclusive rebates and better deals for you. So don't gamble with your comfort. Call Ziegler Air Conditioning, 407-245-8765. That's 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
If you're not just looking for good beer, but one of the best beers you'll ever try in your life, I encourage you to check out the menu over at Hourglass Brewing. 2 locations, one in Longwood, one near downtown. They call that their district location. Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery that did make the best beer ever, Zone Heads 35, and hopefully at the end of the year we get another batch of that as well. And they crank out the hits on the daily. If you love beer, no matter the type, IPAs, that's my flavor, sours, lagers, they have something for you. I guarantee that. And if you want to save a buck or two, stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wine, ciders, seltzers. They've got something for everyone. Cozy up to the bar. Get to know their incredibly friendly staff. And again, they've got 2 locations that you can frequent. One in Longwood in my neck of the woods and also on Curry Ford Road. And stay tuned for more information on Game On Happy Hours, which will be happening over the next couple of months. It's Hourglass Brewing. We'll see you there.
Traffic starting to pile up on all the major roadways this afternoon. There's also a couple accidents to keep an eye out for. All lanes are blocked on Ronald Reagan Boulevard, northbound at the Greenway. There's an accident on Maitland Boulevard at Maitland Avenue, slowing down traffic. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Addition Financial Arena on January 10th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Whether it's the tailgate party, cheap seats, or the couch, football is better with a Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. Yingling Football Friday continues on 96.9 The Game.
Tired of cookie cutter barbershops and sterile salons? Yeah, me too. At Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys, they believe today's extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. Picture this: premium grooming services in a space that's actually built for men. No pedicure fumes, no take a number chaos, just expert care, craft cocktails, large TV screens. You can watch all the games, and personalized headphones, an atmosphere where you can actually unwind. Because when it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience. Hammer and Nails, come as you are, leave as you want to be.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Tune in to Operation Stormwatch on iHeartRadio, brought to you by Eustace Roofing. Small leaks can become big problems with heavy and continuous rain. Take a preventative step and schedule a no-charge roof inspection. Eustace Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket.
And lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets.
iHeartRadio is your all-access pass to the audio that moves you.
Get what millions already have. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. I especially love El Campeon, the Champion. It was founded in 1917 and is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, rent a boat at the marina, and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also, Mission Resort would like to invite everyone out to the Howey Artesian Market, your local destination for all things handmade and homemade, on September 27th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., rain or shine. Make hotel reservations, golf tee times, and get information on the Artesian Market at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
Everybody's making fun of him for that clip. Kravitz. All he's saying is to win games, you have to not lose the game. Let them make mistakes. Things like that. Coach Mortimer Schnurr, to win games. No, to win games, you first have to not lose games.
Well, it would be optimal if we scored more points than our opposition this week.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. #1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. It's a free-for-all Friday. Let your voice be heard and see what you can get Bianchi and Kravitz all fired up about. Text us at 50857 or hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Now back to Game On.
We want to hear from you. Text in 50857. You can ask us anything you want. You can also enter what we have now called, we coined this during the commercial break. Jaden Grimes hasn't heard this one yet. The Rage Cage.
The Rage Cage.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the iHeartRadio Talkback is the Rage Cage. It's where you can let off all of that steam, that pent-up frustration.
Doesn't matter either. Doesn't have to be sports. It could be, you're in traffic, whatever you want to rant about.
Yeah. Enter the Rage Cage.
Yeah, the Rage Cage.
Fridays get fiery at Wing House with Lingerie Friday, where the Wing House girls turn up the heat while serving your favorite wings. It's the ultimate way to kick off your weekend. Great food, bold flavors, and unforgettable views over at Wing House. Whether you're celebrating or just unwinding, Fridays are great. Wing House is great. 3 Central Florida locations. Wing House, good food, beautifully served. 50857 is how you can reach us on the text line. Somebody said, what are your thoughts on Belichick calling UCF Central and UCF's social media team jumping in on that? Well, for those that haven't heard the clip yet, this was from earlier in the week.
We'll just go through the preparations for Central, and it's another good football team.
It's classic Bill would be my, or initial thoughts on that. And I love the fact that UCF's social media team jumped in on it. I think they already pulled it off of their Twitter account.
They did, but they're so good. Eric DeSalvo and that group over there, they do such a good job.
They're the best. I don't know how Eric hasn't been plucked.
Yeah, right.
Yet.
Yeah.
I mean, not that UCF isn't a good place to be, but they're just
he's a UCF legacy. His dad, Jojo DeSalvo, went to UCF. My former boss at the Florida Times Union.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Eric, in my opinion, blank check for that guy. Absolute brilliance. I think there are fans out there that have actually created Central merch. So you can actually buy it online. I don't know how quickly you're going to be able to pick that up before the game tomorrow, but we do have UCF UNC tickets. And since we have renamed the iHeartRadio Talkback the Rage Cage,
right?
You got to enter the Rage Cage if you want to win tickets for tomorrow's game, UCF UNC. We have 2 separate pairs that we're going to give away before the end of the show.
Enter the Rage Cage, vent, rant, whatever you want to do, sort of like we used to do on Open Mic, Ticked Off Tuesday, same idea. Same idea. Just rant about something. And by the way, these are high demand tickets, all right? Not only is it UCF's biggest game of the year, in my opinion, one of their biggest games in the last 4 or 5 years, but you know who's going to be there tomorrow?
Bill Belichick,
Jaden Grimes,
Jordan Hudson, Bill's girlfriend.
Ever heard of her?
Ever heard of her? She's going to be there. Yeah.
Is she going to be patrolling the sidelines with a
Maybe.
clipboard?
Maybe. You know, she's going to want to be seen.
Jaden Grimes heading. How excited are you to go to the game tomorrow?
I'm so excited. I get to see Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
I do think that there are people that there are a lot of people, I'm sure, that are going to this game just simply to say, I've seen a Bill Belichick coached game.
No question.
The whole reason I'm going. So the sole reason I'm going.
No question.
Well, here we go. We're looking at one of them right now.
Oh, here's a good text question on Free for All Friday. Bianchi, what's the biggest fish you've ever caught? I caught an 11-pound, 3-ounce largemouth bass on a little lake we grew up on called East Lake. I was out in the little John boat by myself, paddling the little John boat, and there was a little clump of weeds about, 25 yards away from our little lake landing. And I got in the John boat, paddled over, threw my little hot spot out, started reeling it in, and I thought I was hung on a weed or something, an old boot or something. And then it started jerking. And I go, oh my God, what is this? And I reeled it in. It jumped out of the water.
Oh man.
11-pound, 3-ounce bass. I got it in the boat, took it home, ran up to the house with my mom and my brothers were up there. And I ran up with this big 11-pound bass, and I was the pride of Interlaken.
Oh,
that day, baby.
Caught me a marlin.
It wasn't a marlin. It was a largemouth bass.
One time I was swimming in the Atlantic. I got swallowed whole by a whale.
Jonah. Okay, Jonah. Whatever.
I once went deep sea fishing with the fam, and I think I got a little seasick. I thought that it would be I thought it was going to be relaxing. I thought deep sea. I thought I brought a cigar. I brought a couple IPAs. This was hard labor out there in the middle of the sea. So I was not mentally prepared for this, but I did end up catching a fish. I caught a grouper. I think it was a yellowmouth.
A yellowmouth grouper?
Yeah. I wound up throwing him back. I had like a spiky, the fin was spiky.
Back in the old days, in the politically incorrect days, the huge groupers, groupers get to be, 400 or 500 pounds. They were called a certain name that you can't say anymore, but you are of that religion. They were called that fish. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that.
Yeah,
before.
they were called a Jew fish. That's what they used to call
really
big groupers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, during the Fox Sports update, I'll get an update on how that came to be.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna step aside 60 seconds, get you all caught up with the latest and greatest from Fox Sports Radio. We'll be right back.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Bulldog, he's our man. He can do it, nobody can.
We had the request on the text line. Someone needed to hear the cheerleaders. Well, you got it right there. We appreciate the folks who have chimed in. So, we got a text for the Rage Cage? No, you got to talk back for the Rage Cage. iHeartRadio
Nice
talk back if you want UCF.
We might read your text, but you're not going to get the tickets.
That's right. It's too easy to text.
I have one on
Anybody
the
can do
on the talk back. The talk back line have spoken.
Okay.
All right. Should we grease the wheels
I
here?
think we need to vet it first, don't we?
That's true. And if it's the Rage Cage, we can't just hit play on the Rage Cage. So we'll hit pause on that for now. But your rages coming up later on in the show. It is time for some burning questions for teams and players that take the field inside of the great state of Florida. Mike, I am calling this one the Sizzler.
The Sizzler.
Remember the Sizzler? I watched the Sizzler commercial from the 80s today just to prepare myself mentally.
You talking about like Western Sizzling? The steak?
No, I mean the buffet, the Sizzler.
See, when I lived in Gainesville, there was a Western Sizzling, which had a buffet, which was the same idea. But the Sizzler, I've heard of the Sizzler. But
you've never eaten at the Sizzler?
No,
I thought that this was a nationally recognized thing.
I've eaten at Golden Corral buffet there.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
GC.
There are no Sizzlers anymore.
That tough steak. GC.
When I was a kid, the Sizzler, when we go to the Sizzler, I would tear it up. All right, question number 1. You called this a statement game for both coaches, Scott Frost and Bill Belichick, this weekend. So the burning question is this: who needs to win more, Bill Belichick or Scott Frost?
Oh, Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick. No question. Scott Frost is at UCF for the long haul. All right. If Bill Belichick goes like 3-9 this year or something, he's probably just gonna bail. Okay. So yeah, I think
you think he needs it for his own mentality, for his own psyche?
Yes. I mean, I think Bill Belichick thought, all right, and I'm just surmising here. I think he thought in his mind, I'm going to go down to college and just out scheme those. They're not going to know how to deal with my defensive looks and my coverages and all that stuff. I think that's what he thought. And then TCU happened.
Yeah. If he ends up getting run out of college football in 1 year,
well,
I think that would be such a short period of time we'd forget it ever happened. It would be like Jordan with the Wizards.
Could be.
Could actually work out better for his legacy if it's just one and done. For UCF, bowl eligibility was no guarantee coming into this season.
No.
But if they win on Saturday, they'll need just 3 conference wins to be bowl eligible. Will a win this weekend ensure the fact in your mind that UCF will have a bowl game at the end of the year?
Well, I mean, nothing's for sure. But when you look at their Big 12 schedule, I don't have it in front of me, but I know they play West Virginia, which is really bad. They play Kansas State in their Big 12 opener, although that's on the road and that's a tough place to play. They're not having a very good season. Do you have the rest of their Big 12 schedule?
At Kansas State, home against Kansas, at Cincinnati, home against West Virginia, at Baylor, home against Houston, at Texas Tech, home against Oklahoma State, at BYU.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's. Yeah, I would say.
I think that's what this weekend, that's one of the things that is benefited from this weekend is I agree with you. I think if UCF wins on Saturday, you could basically pencil them into a bowl game at the end of the year, which was certainly not a guarantee coming in. So that's exciting. Did DJ Lagway distract Gator fans this week from how much they hate Billy Napier and want him fired? So much of the conversation this week seems to be centered around the quarterback that in some way it's acted as like an offensive lineman to the. Do you agree with that?
No, because I think people are blaming Billy Napier and his play calling and, for DJ Lagway. he's not helping DJ Lagway enough with his play calling. I mean, I've heard people say, hey, why isn't he running Jaden Ball more? I mean, that's his best player. And they're questioning Billy Napier's play calling. Why has it, if he just hired an offensive coordinator, maybe this wouldn't be happening. So, no, I think DJ Lagway and his struggles last week just intensifies the pressure on Billy Napier, because DJ Lagway was the one thing Billy Napier had. This is the guy who came to play for me. All right. He's the hope for the future. If I get fired, guess what? He may be gone too. Well, guess what? Now Gator fans are saying, good, get rid of both of these. Get out of here.
Yeah. You might not be wrong about that. Would a win against Miami be enough to get the fans off of Billy's back? That's another burning question.
Till the home game against Texas? You mean the following game? Yes. Yeah, they play.
I think if Florida beats Miami, there's going to be some irrational confidence going into the Texas game, because it's not like Arch has looked like a great quarterback.
Oh, if they beat Miami, he could go on a little bit of a roll. Texas isn't that impressive.
What a turnaround that would be if you go from the depths of hell that he seems to be in right now to win against Miami on the road, win at home against Texas.
I mean, I would love to see it. But I don't think it's going to happen.
My next burning question revolves around FSU. Not a very interesting game for them this weekend. 2 weeks ago, they beat East Texas A&M. Then they got a week off, and now they play Kent State. Was this a waste of a bye week?
Yes.
This was the worst timed bye week, perhaps in college football.
Right. I mean, they go from, a team.
Don't you get some ownership over this in the way that you structure your schedule?
I think
it's not like there's like an overseeing schedule maker.
Yeah, I don't know why they scheduled like this. I really don't. Except for the fact that they knew that their stadium was going to be renovated this year, and they're trying to get home wins. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, because why wouldn't you either have gone up, scheduled this later in the season during your conference schedule? I mean, I don't know. Is Kent State, or are they filled up, or was East Texas A&M filled up later in the season? I think they would have come whenever you wanted it.
Right, exactly. It just feels like an absolute waste to get an extra week to prepare for Kent State, and I feel like that can lead to distractions within the team, because these guys are probably bored. With a strong performance against a bad Jets defense on Sunday, will Baker Mayfield insert himself into the MVP discussion?
Was he in the discussion last year? Oh, he wasn't in the discussion.
He would be on the furthest fringes of the discussion.
I think he would be, because I've seen more. Like I listen to Colin Cowherd most every day on our station, and he talks almost exclusively NFL. And he is now he's elevating Baker Mayfield now, sort of like I did earlier in the week, top 5. He's saying Baker Mayfield is, one of the stories of the year in the NFL. And he used to hate Baker Mayfield when he, got ran out of Cleveland. So, I think Baker Mayfield, especially the way they're winning games and he's bringing them back at the end.
Exactly. The fact that he's part of the reason that they're winning at the end of these games. He's got 2 game-winning drives already, and he's one back on the lead for touchdown passes. With a couple this weekend, he's going to zoom to the top of that list. Last one, over under half an alligator arm attempt at a catch for Brian Thomas Jr. on Sunday. How many times do you think he does that? At least once? Or do you think they've beaten it out of him this week?
None. He's getting so much criticism this week up in Jacksonville. It's incredible. Fans will turn on you quickly. Brian Thomas Jr. is, and again, Trevor Lawrence gets blamed as well. In fact, I've got a bet it or forget it question with you about Trevor Lawrence. But Brian Thomas Jr. is getting lambasted up in Duval for his alligator arms. And no, I think he's, any pass that's thrown to him over the middle, he's going to be extending himself to show how brave he is.
Yeah, I'm debating taking his overs for his props, because it's definitely a statement game for him this week. Those are my burning questions for the in-state teams. for this weekend. Up next, what about the national games? What are we into? What are we out on? We'll tell you. Are we intrigued or fatigued? Next.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
Well, let me tell you, Fridays are getting fiery at Wing House with Lingerie Friday, where the Wing House girls turn up the heat while serving your favorite wings. It's the ultimate way to kick off your weekend. Great food, bold flavors, and unforgettable views. Whether you're celebrating or you're just unwinding from the week, Friday nights at Wing House are always a vibe. 3 Central Florida locations, Wing House. Good food, beautifully served.
Okay, fellas, let's be real. If your wife or girlfriend isn't herself lately, if she's tired, cranky, no interest in sex, you know it's not her fault. And if you're walking around foggy, low energy, low sex drive, it's not just you getting older. It's your hormones. Both of you. That's why I want you to call Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This is where couples go when they want to feel alive again. This isn't one of those cookie cutter clinics you see at the strip malls where they give you a testosterone shot in the butt and send you on your way. The difference is Dr. John Carrazella. He's an internationally acclaimed Yale-trained doctor who gave up a successful career as an orthopedic surgeon to focus on hormone health. He's helped thousands of couples get their mojo back to feel sharp, sexy, and actually excited to be around each other again. And fellas, trust me, when she starts feeling better, everything changes for both of you. So stop toughing it out and start living again and do it together. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com for all the information. It's a gift that will truly last a lifetime.
Traffic's getting by now on Ronald Reagan Boulevard northbound before the Greenway, although emergency crews are still blocking some lanes there. Multiple lanes are blocked on I-4 eastbound before State Road 46. Traffic's piling up. I believe 2 right lanes are blocked. You're going to run into some familiar delays on all the major roadways. The roadways are getting busy. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
The ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening tonight and tomorrow.
live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tonight and tomorrow night, starting at 10:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
All the headlines to get you ready for your football weekend. It's the Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. Are you ready for football this weekend? Don't forget to get your Yingling before kickoff.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
What if you could get big bank muscle with small bank hustle, big bank convenience, and small bank connection? That's First Horizon, bringing together the best of big and small to help you on the road to your horizon. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
Get ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center this Friday through Sunday. IDC's flying in the entire collections, all the newest styles from both Tacori and Verragio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori and Verragio, the world's 2 premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives or zero interest financing through 2028. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Verragio, unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Viraggio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Also, check out new fine jewelry from these renowned designers. Let the experts at IDC help you find both the perfect ring and the most dazzling diamond during this incredible 3-day event. Get the guaranteed best price to $1,500 in savings or interest-free financing till 2028. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium on approved credit.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows Indoors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
This is Secret Clinical dominating extra stinky stress sweat. And this is regular deodorant. Secret Clinical in a heat wave. Oh, what a beautiful day. This is regular deodorant. Ugh, I can't. Secret Clinical with workout sweat. Let's run another marathon. And regular deodorant. How much more? Secret is the GOAT because nothing fights sweat better. Stay pressure under pressure.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I'm Dan. He's Ty. Hello. And we're the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast.
Tune in for previews, recaps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live it.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much. I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome back to Game On. Do not forget, enter that rage cage. You can vent on the iHeartRadio talkback line. Anything you want to rage about.
Oh, they're raging, Mike. We are loaded up on the talkback line now. The rage cage is full.
Yeah. Anything you want to vent about, do it on the talkback line. You have a chance to win UCF versus North Carolina tickets tomorrow at the Bounce House. Best two rage cage entries wins those tickets. We have 2 pair to give away. So get those in. All right. Right now, though, Kravitz, since Friday's, going into the weekend, there's so much sports going on over the weekend. I want to find out what you're intrigued to watch this weekend. All right. Because we spend all weekend watching sports.
Yep.
I go to games sometimes, but sometimes I'm just sitting at home watching games on TV. So,
and you're going to the UCF North Carolina game?
I am going to the UCF North Carolina game. I'm much more intrigued with that game than I am the Florida Miami game. Don't ask me why, but I am. All right.
I think I know why.
It's in Orlando
Bill.
for one.
Yeah, right. Let's not overthink this.
All right. Let's start, though. I want to start with baseball. All right. Because we played an emotional clip from Clayton Kershaw earlier today. He announced his retirement after 18 years with the LA Dodgers. It's going to take effect at the end of the season, his retirement. Tonight, Phillies at the Dodgers in what may be Clayton Kershaw's final start at Dodger Stadium. You intrigued or fatigued?
I'm fatigued, and you're fatigued too because you didn't even get the game right.
Oh, it's not the Phillies at the Dodgers? Who is it?
It's the Giants at the Dodgers.
Giants at the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV. You firing up Apple TV tonight?
I could. I've got Apple.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have Apple TV?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that. I am fatigued with baseball. I love watching baseball during the summer months. I'm not a hardcore baseball fan, but I do bet baseball regularly. So I do tune into the sport when nothing else is on. But the second football season starts, I can't. If football season starts and the Orioles are bad, I'm all the way out on baseball until the playoffs start. Then I'll watch some of the playoff games. But it's too much to keep up with.
Right.
I watch all the NFL games. I watch a lot of college football, and it consumes a lot of my time. So love baseball, but this time of year, it takes a back seat. It's just the reality of it. Great storyline, though.
Okay, these are, by the way, these games are all non-state games because we're all intrigued with the in-state games. All right, let's do a little college football real quick. Are you intrigued or fatigued by Texas Tech at Utah?
Highly intrigued.
Yeah?
This is my noon game tomorrow. Very excited about this one. I'm very high on Texas Tech. I mean, they spent the money. They put their money where their mouth was. I want to see if they can back that up. They've had 3 straight wins where they have blown out their competition, but they've played no one. You could say the same thing about Utah, and Utah has this really exciting quarterback, Devin Dampier. They have a really cool stadium, great home field advantage.
They're going to be running that football right at Texas Tech. They like to run the football at Utah.
They do. And their quarterback is highly efficient. I think this is going to be a really exciting football game. Can't wait to watch it. Highly intrigued. I think it's the best game. In my opinion, it's the best game of the day.
Does Michigan at Nebraska do anything for you?
You know, it should, but I'm going to go fatigued on that one. I like Bryce Underwood. He's an exciting player to watch. I think I'm going to end up tripping into being interested in this game, but as I go into the weekend, I don't have that one circled. Plus, it's at 3:30, and I am going to be completely locked in on UCF UNC. There's not going to be any jumping around for me at 3:30. Maybe a quick flip to a game that I'm sure you're going to ask me about here in a second.
Okay, well, I'm not going to ask you about NFL games that are sure things. All right, we know you're going to be intrigued. We know you're going to be intrigued by Eagles, Rams. All right,
keep going.
We know you're going to be intrigued by Detroit, Baltimore.
Intrigued.
We know you're going to be intrigued by Denver versus the Chargers.
Intrigued.
All right. So I'm eliminating those games from those are sure things. Are you intrigued or fatigued by Kansas City at the Giants?
Highly intrigued.
Really?
Yes, very much so.
Why?
Because I think the Kansas City Chiefs could start 0-3, and I need to be a witness to what that looks like against the Giants, who aren't a good football team, but the Giants proved last week they can move the football. And I think against this Kansas City offense, if you can score 20 points, you have a chance to win the game because their offense isn't good. They can't run. Kareem Hunt is washed. Isaiah Pacheco is just he's not an efficient running back. Their offensive line has troubles. They should get Xavier Worthy back, so that helps. But I think their offense has issues. And if the Giants can put up points like they did last week against Dallas, I think this could be trouble. I'm very intrigued by that.
You intrigued by Dallas? Intrigued or fatigued by Dallas at Chicago?
I'm intrigued.
Why? I can mention any game for crying out loud.
The Bears also haven't won a game yet. The Ben Johnson.
I can mention Browns, Packers, and you go intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
I'm not asking you anymore. You've got to take your football helmet head out of it. All right.
How?
Because
my head's stuck.
Because you can't be. It's sort of a game, Kravitz. There's some of them you have to be fatigued about. Okay.
It's week 3. I'm not fatigued yet. Maybe by week 8. Here, I got one for you. You ready?
What?
Bengals, Vikings. No, thank you.
No?
That'll be that's Bengals, Vikings, Commanders, Raiders. Those are your, please don't show them to me, Scott Hansen games. I'm all set. Don't need to see what happens.
What about Cardinals at Niners?
I'm intrigued.
Why?
The Cardinals are a fun team to watch. I like watching Kyler Murray.
Oh, God.
And they're so
He's
hot.
my fantasy quarterback, and I don't even like watching him.
And Mac Jones was awesome last week. I'm curious to see if he can back that up.
You're intrigued to watch Mac Jones? Really?
Yes.
Kravis, you have a problem.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the guy who comes up with his own lines on NFL.
You want to know what I have on 49ers Cardinals?
Yes.
I can tell you.
By the way, I'm just guessing, by the way, but it seems like that Chiefs Giants game could be an Uncle Paulie special, maybe. Huh?
It could be mentioned later on in the show. That is very possible. We have the Niners favored by 2.8 points in that game.
Let's see what the
2.5. Pretty efficient, huh?
Yeah, because
the Kravitz formula is
the line I have is 1.5.
So we are on San Francisco.
Interesting. Okay, so Cincinnati, Minnesota, you're fatigued.
Fatigued on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fatigued on. I don't need to watch Carson Wentz play football. I've seen enough of that in my life. Same thing with Marcus Mariota. Jaden Daniels was announced as out for the Commanders-Raiders game. I derive no joy from watching Marcus Mariota play quarterback.
By the way, back to college real quick. Does anybody, after USF lost last week, does anybody know who they're even playing this week? Are they
really
off the
funny.
radar now?
That was it. They just got blasted to smithereens. I had USF fans so upset with me last week when I just posted a picture over a USF the final score. I just posted a picture of Cinderella with a clock behind her, and it was midnight. they were so mad. Well, yeah, your team's okay, but sorry, we're done with them. They got blown out by Miami.
Now all they have to look forward to is Jim Leavitt's induction into the Hall of Shame.
Yeah, have fun with that. I'm surprised you didn't ask Auburn, Oklahoma.
I was going to ask that one. That's intriguing.
I do think that game is intriguing. John Mateer could be right now. I think he's the Heisman favorite. Up next, Billy Napier. What's he saying about the Canes? Scott Frost. What about his matchup with the Hoodie? Mic'd up on a Friday is next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
I'm intrigued. Why am I intrigued? Because of the Hard Rock Bet app. That's the place to get in on all of the action. It's Florida's only legal sports book. Rivalries, upsets, chaos. College football tomorrow is at its best when you're a part of the action. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game. If you win, you can also score $150 in bonus bets. Get the party started over on Hard Rock Bet. And if you're looking for an edge on your next wager, you can find crazy stats and trends on the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. Told you about it last night. The Bills had won 12 straight at home. Make that 13. The app is safe, it's slick, reliable, updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888 admit it.
Orlando, are you ready to rocket my favorite beach getaway? Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Tailgating at the UCF game this weekend? It's just not complete without Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. More of 96.9 The Game's Football Friday coming up.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Football season is in full swing, and there's no better place to get in on the action than BetOnline, your number one source for all things football. BetOnline has all the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and even in-game betting, so you'll never miss a moment. From every pro to college football matchup to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures, BetOnline keeps you locked into the action all year long. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited-time offers and experiences, like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Pilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
The Fantasy Fix continues Sunday, September 21st. Are there players you need to give up on? What about the new stars that have entered the Fantasy Mix? Every week, starting at 10 a.m., we're breaking down the matchups, the sleepers, the busts, the props, all the plays that can help you win your league. It's fantasy football news up to the minute right here on FM 96.9 The Game. Don't set your lineup without us, and it all starts Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on the Fantasy Fix.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
It's the Yuengling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We'll start with football, where UCF's returning from their bye week, and they'll host Bill Belichick in North Carolina tomorrow. The Knights are eyeing a 3-0 start to their season. Week 4 of the college football season also features Florida looking to upset 6th-ranked Miami, while number 9 Florida State, they host Kent State. And Dodgers left-hander Clayton Kershaw is going to retire after this season. He's won 2 World Series and 3 Cy Youngs over 18 years. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
It is time for Mic'd Up. All the hot newsmakers throughout the sports world on this Friday. We are going to get to their sound clips. We're going to react to those. Let's start with last night's game. The Miami Dolphins look like they may be able to beat the Buffalo Bills. And then what happens? This is what happens.
Here's the snap. Back to pass. Fires. It's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. Coming the other way and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Terrell Bernard, Mr. Fourth Quarter, comes up huge. He read Tua like a book.
Read Tua like a book. 3 minutes left. That was pretty much the game. And here's Tua explaining his interception.
I thought I was in rhythm and timing of the play. Seen the flat defender go over the top of Jalen. Jalen's turning around. I think that was a really good play by the defender. Had some color in my face trying to maneuver the throw as well. 10 out of 10 times, if we're looking at that same thing, I'd still try to work that timing of hitting that spot. And I think the linebacker made a great play on that.
In fairness, the right guard whiffed and let the lineman come right through and pressure Tua. But I'm going to ask you this, Kravitz. Is Tua in denial?
Yeah, completely. 10 out of 10 times. Did you happen to hear what Terrell Bernard said after the game? He was interviewed.
Yeah, he said we saw
practiced that
yeah.
all week.
Yeah.
My coach, my linebacker coach, told me this play is going to come. If you don't intercept it, we are going to have a problem. That was a conversation that he said he had with his linebackers coach. So 10 out of 10 times this is working, huh? Because the Bills scouted it for 4 days and we're waiting on it the whole game. And you said, here you go. I don't care if the ball was tipped. I don't care if somebody was in his face. Terrell Bernard read that from the beginning.
No question.
Tua was staring at Jalen Waddle. That was high school stuff from Tua, and I am so tired of seeing it.
Yeah, and I heard Daniels talking this morning. He goes, well, the play got, the pass got tipped a little bit.
It got grazed. Yeah.
Okay, but even if it hadn't gotten grazed,
the ball was going directly to the defender.
Right.
I think maybe the tip made it a slightly more catchable ball, but I mean, outside of that, come on, that was a bad play and a really bad moment to have a mistake like that, which has become part of Tua's brand. This has become as much of his brand as the concussions, which is saying something.
But Miami did play him tough. They did cover the spread. Maybe they should look at this as a moral victory, right, Tua?
There are no moral victories, but we can say that, there have been some plays made, but how can we stay consistent with those plays being made defensively and then transitioning to that momentum offensively as well? We got to look at the film. We got a lot of time to look at ourselves in the mirror as individuals. And then collectively, as we're watching film, what do we need to do to stop the losses, from going into the wrong column?
This is all on him. Are we on agreement here? Week 1, he gives the ball to the opposition multiple times to start that game, and the Colts were in front the whole time.
Okay, but the Colts, the defense, the Colts didn't even have to punt in that game.
Well, part of it was the way that they started. When a team like the Colts that just wants to bully you on the offensive line and run the football, when they get an early lead, that they're going to win those games. They're built for that. And the Dolphins handed that opportunity to them. Tua handed that opportunity to them. Then against the Patriots, they start down 12-0 because they can't move the football. Then Tua plays well up until he can't communicate the plays in time to his teammates, and they melt down in the final 2 minutes of the game. Then against the Bills, you said it. The team played well. They played well enough to win. This was a moral victory for everyone but Tua, who gave the game away at the end. This is 3 games in a row where it's all on him. He's the highest paid player on the team. He's the quarterback. He has to be better than this.
By the way, I saw this stat the other day, or was it yesterday? Over the next 4 years, Tua will count more against the Dolphins cap than Josh Allen counts against the Bills cap.
That's just disgusting. Just disgusting.
All right. Trevor Lawrence has had a problem connecting with his best receiver, Brian Thomas Jr. Why is that, Trevor?
It's football. I mean, it doesn't always go perfect. You know, obviously we would love to start off hot these first 2 games and our connection be, ripping and me finding him everywhere and him having a great year and all those things. But I mean, we're in week 2, everybody. So I think we can all just take a deep breath, give BT a little space. He's going to be just fine. Not worried about him at all.
Kravitz, I sort of agree with Trevor. I mean, we are only in week 2. Yeah, they lost the game last week when Brian Thomas Jr. should have caught a ball at the end of the game that would have probably sealed the victory for the Jaguars, but he did it. But it's only week 2. The Jaguars are 1-1. They've got the Texans coming into town this week. There's no who was it? Who said relax? As Aaron Rodgers once said,
RELAX.
Relax, right?
Yeah, if the Jags beat the Texans, they're 2-1. They have a win against the division opponent that was projected to win the division.
Right.
They should feel pretty good about themselves. Brian Thomas Jr. was one of the best offensive rookies in the NFL last year. And you're just going to throw out how you feel about him because of one bad game? That seems pretty ridiculous. So if he goes out and he's a star again, then all is forgiven. I think the Jags have a really good chance to win this weekend.
Absolutely. What's this Joe Buck clip we have here?
Can you make the argument for banning the push-tush?
No. No, I can't. I mean, as the league says, and as the Eagles say, stop it. Figure out a way to stop it, and nobody's figured out a way to do it. Or figure out a way to do it, and the difference is the Eagles have a quarterback that's running that can squat over 600 pounds. So they took advantage of a guy that's on their team that can do it, and nobody can stop it. So it's too bad.
I'm tired of hearing about the squat. Jalen, they act like the guy's like an Olympic weightlifter or something. He can squat 600 pounds. There's probably other quarterbacks who can squat 600 pounds.
I don't think so much.
It's only Jalen Hurts.
Can you squat 600 pounds?
I'm not. If I were an NFL player, maybe.
You seen those guns? You could probably bench it. No, nobody else in the NFL can squat what Jalen Hurts can.
Maybe a defensive.
Nobody else in the NFL.
NFL at quarterback. Nobody else lifts the weights that Jalen Hurts does in terms of his lower body. I would bet a lot of money on that.
I bet Josh Allen.
Not even close.
Could squat 600
Not even
pounds.
close.
No?
I think he's too tall to really give you a good,
you
heavy squat.
You have to be
well, he's got a low. Jalen Hurts has a nice wide, low
I bet
base.
Kyler Murray could squat.
Oh my God! Huh? I'd have to put down the PlayStation controller first.
I don't know if he can reach the bar, truthfully.
That's crazy. Can you play the beginning part of that again?
Can you make the argument for banning the push-tush?
What is this? Stephanopoulos, what are we doing?
The push-tush. Yeah.
The push-tush. This is why you can't have non-sports people talk sports.
All right. Billy Napier was asked earlier this week about maybe he should give his third and fourth string quarterbacks more reps. Listen.
The value experience, is there any thought about
giving elevated reps, whether in practice or in a game, to someone like Aiden Warner or Harrison Bailey?
Say that one more time.
Given the need for experience, is there any thought to maybe give more first-team practice reps?
So give the third and the fourth guy reps.
Do you think that the value of experience would help in that regard?
Aiden has more experience than DJ? No, he doesn't. And I think you'd probably be hard pressed to add up Harrison's reps, and they'd probably be less than DJ. So that's not a very good question. Mel Jones is the backup quarterback. All right, let's focus on what we can do from a technical perspective.
That's my favorite moment in Billy Napier's entire tenure in
Not a
Florida.
very good question. That's not a very good question.
Maybe we should focus on getting our backup quarterback some reps and not the third and fourth team guy. Tramel Jones is our backup quarterback. That's not a very good question.
That's not a very good question.
That's not a very good question.
Wow.
Great. I think he should keep the job until the end of the year because of that.
Was that a worse question than asking Scott Frost about if North Carolina was a trap game?
Yeah, it's close. It's really close. Trap game. My God.
All right. That is Mike.
Up next, we want to hear from you. You have entered the Rage Cage. You are invited to continue to enter the Rage Cage on the iHeartRadio Talkback. We'll hear from you next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
When it's blazing outside and your AC is acting up, this is not a minor inconvenience, especially this time of year. I know it's cooling down a little bit outside, but come on, it's Florida. It is a full-blown crisis. You got to pick up the horn, call somebody that you can trust. I'm talking about Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time, whether it's routine maintenance, fast repairs, or a downright emergency. Mills Air has been there for me throughout all of these different issues that I've had over the years, and they always keep things professional, quick, timely. Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, which means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
You know what I love about pro football in Florida? We've got 3 teams, 3 sets of stars, and with Prize Picks, 3 ways to win. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and cash in if you're right. My lineups traditionally have a Sunshine State flavor, although I'm taking advantage of Prize Picks, giving me a bonus pick of Patrick Mahomes with a projection of 0.5 passing yards. That's a gimme. Also this week, I'm pairing Trevor Lawrence with less than 232 passing yards and Baker Mayfield with more than 237 passing yards. And the thing about Prize Picks is that with their flex play, I can still double my money even if I miss a pick. And withdrawals are safe, fast, and easy. I don't just watch Florida football. I play with Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. That's my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Traffic slowing down on I-4 westbound, getting through that World Drive area. Eastbound on I-4 past Lake Mary Boulevard. Look out for emergency crews off to the shoulder, clearing up an accident on State Road 429 northbound past Schofield Road. The right lane's blocked. The crash is getting cleared up there on Florida's Turnpike. It's going to be your typical delays. The roadways are busy this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Get 2 #1 selling bacon cheeseburgers and fast food. Wendy's JBC, plus medium fries and soft drink for just $8. Total game changer. Order today, limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Claim per independent marketing research company.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do.
You know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The Fantasy Fix continues Sunday, September 21st. Are there players you need to give up on? What about the new stars that have entered the Fantasy Mix? Every week, starting at 10 a.m., we're breaking down the matchups, the sleepers, the busts, the props, all the plays that can help you win your league. It's fantasy football news up to the minute right here on FM 96.9 The Game. Don't set your lineup without us, and it all starts Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on the Fantasy Fix.
You know what I love about pro football in Florida? We've got 3 teams, 3 sets of stars, and with Prize Picks, 3 ways to win. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and cash in if you're right. My lineups traditionally have a Sunshine State flavor, although I'm taking advantage of Prize Picks, giving me a bonus pick of Patrick Mahomes with a projection of 0.5 passing yards. That's a gimme. Also this week, I'm pairing Trevor Lawrence with less than 232 passing yards and Baker Mayfield with more than 237 passing yards. And the thing about Prize Picks is that with their flex play, I can still double my money even if I miss a pick. And withdrawals are safe, fast, and easy. I don't just watch Florida football. I play with Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. That's my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BetterEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BetterEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BetterEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at BetterEdge.com or on the BetterEdge app.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
If you weren't watching the game, you would think, hey, Tua had a great game, 26 of 32, 315 yards. If you just look at the stat, he had a good game, but you watch that game, and late in the game, Tyreek Hill's running free. Did you see that pass?
Oh, my God.
Running
sailed it right over his head. And it was the same thing against Indianapolis. You start in a hole, and then you pull your way back, and then late in the game, it's penalties, it's miscommunications, it's errant passes over the head of your top wide receiver. I don't care what your box score says. If you can't take advantage of opportunities, then you're just not a good enough quarterback in the NFL.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. It's a free-for-all Friday. Let your voice be heard and see what you can get Bianchi and Kravitz all fired up about. Text text us at 50857 or hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Now back to Game On.
All right, pro fighters, time to enter the rage cage. This segment brought to you by Burn Pest Control. Joe's team doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. Keep your home protected from the bugs all year long with Burn Pest. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi sent you by. Get 10% off your initial service. That's burnpest.com. Support local, support this show. We appreciate it when you do. We're going to head to the iHeartRadio Talkback line. We have renamed this the Rage Cage. And let's see. Hold on. I got the names here. We are going to hear from Scott first. Let's hear it.
Hey, guys. Great idea teaming you two together. Makes for a terrific show. Anyway, I've got a comment about traffic or drivers in Orlando. I don't know what's worse. The people that completely blow through the stop signs like they don't exist. You know, that big red octagonal thing is there for a reason. I'm not sure what's worse, that or the people writing the great unwritten novel while they're driving and not paying attention. Thanks. See ya.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those things can be frustrating.
Yeah. And you know what else is frustrating? Why do people not use their turn signals? I mean, a lot of people just don't use their turn signals.
I think it actually frustrates me more when people don't forget to unuse their turn signal. Somebody's just driving around with their left turn signal on.
You know what else bothers me? People like on their, not driving, that bothers me when they're on their cell phone at a red light or something and the light turns green and they're still texting. But people who like are in like a Walmart parking lot or something, a crowded Walmart parking lot, and they're on their cell phones texting as they're crossing this, crossing the parking lot. I'm like, hey, car's here.
Right. Yeah,
Hit me. That's a paycheck.
Yeah, that could be the end for you. Let's go to Brian.
I'm going to get in the cage and tell you what's pissing me off. I have a degree at Florida State University, countless hours of library, studies, homework. Yet, for the past 41 years, I find myself engaged in banter with people who can't even find Gainesville or Coral Gables on a map of Florida. You can't go to Walmart or Cracker Barrel and buy a shirt and a hat and say you're a cane or a gator. There needs to be a law where these people have to have some classroom time in order to sell this merchandise. Something must.
He got cut off by the cage. That was really good, though. Where do you land on that? Do you think you have to have attended a college in order to be a fan of that particular team?
No. I grew up in Gainesville when I was a kid, and
that's like the pro team in that town.
Yeah, you grow up a Gator fan in Gainesville. I mean, that's just how it is. So no, I don't think you have to go to the school.
But I do think that once you go there, you should probably change your affiliation. It'd be ridiculous if anybody ever did that.
Yeah, like you.
Oh, wait. I came around eventually. It just took me some time. Took me some time in an undefeated season, and boom, there I was.
By the way, the best entry in the Rage Cage wins a pair of UCF North Carolina tickets. So you might want to get on that iHeartRadio app and rage about something in the Rage Cage.
That's right. And we are going to extend this until the end of the show. So you have until 5:50 to hit us up in the Rage Cage. Tap that microphone icon and let it fly. Somebody said that their daughter has no concept of money. On the weekends, the adults like to go out, unwind, go out to eat, have a couple of drinks. My daughter on Monday will always text me to continue the weekend festivities to pick up fast food after numerous times explaining that we cannot eat out every single day. On Monday, at least wait until Tuesday. I don't know how old she is, but understand where that can be frustrating. Up next, Bet It or Forget It, Friday edition, as we get you set for the exciting football weekend ahead. Uncle Paulie still to come, Stone Cold Blocks, free money, free stuff. We pause for 60 seconds to kick you over to Fox Sports Radio. We'll be right back.
It's 5 o'clock. That means it's time for the Yingling Football Friday Happy Hour with Game On 96.9 The Game. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Top of the 5 o'clock hour, the world famous daily game show, Bet It or Forget It, hitting your speakers right now. If you think you can beat me against the spread, first of all. But you do have that opportunity to put your money where your mouth is. You know, people always tell me, oh, you think you're so good at this sports betting thing. Well, then come and step into the arena with me. $5, 11 picks against the spread in college and the NFL. One thing, Mike, I will always do. All of the boasting and bragging and picks and betting information, I will always put my money where my mouth is every single week. Beat Brandon competition on the Better Edge app. You can find the link on my Twitter account at Brandon Kravitz or on the Zoneheads Facebook group page. Are you ready to hit the music? And we'll kick things over to the Bulldog.
To the MC, the Bulldog. Time for the wildly popular, critically acclaimed game show, Bet It or Forget It. Let's start with the ACC is closing in on changing its scheduling format and will require all league teams to play at least 10 games against Power 4 competition, though the number of intra-conference games, either 8 or 9, remains a sticking point. Athletic directors are scheduled to meet Monday in Charlotte to discuss the details of what will either be a move to a 9-game conference slate with one additional Power 4 game required, or an 8-2 model that will keep it at 8 games and then have 2 other Power 4 games. The SEC just announced a 9-game schedule a month ago. All right. It looks like a month later, the ACC is going to also announce a 9-game conference schedule, even though originally they said, no, we like the 8-game schedule. Now it looks like they're switching to a 9-game schedule after the SEC has done it. Bet it or forget it. The ACC is like the little brother who's trying to do and say everything Big Brother does and says, yeah, me too. I was totally going to do that first.
Yeah, bet it. That's definitely the case. Following in the footsteps of the leader of all things college football, but it's the right thing to do.
Right.
These conferences have so many teams now. The ACC is up to 17 schools. They ought to play 9 conference games. I wish that there was some rule where we could play more competitive non-conference games to round out the schedule and do away with these patsy games altogether. Even if you want to play someone from the group of 5 that you don't think is that good, just something that's more interesting than the 60-point blowouts. Those need to go by the wayside in college football.
Even though somebody on the text line correctly points out that your anger toward Tua is because you said Tua was a franchise star quarterback, and now he's proving you wrong every week.
That is part of it.
Okay, here's your bet it or forget it Tua question. Tua obviously not having a great season. The Dolphins are 0-3. Mike McDaniel fighting for his job. Bet it or forget it. Tua has become such a liability. It's time for Mike McDaniel, if he has any hope of saving his job, to give Zach Wilson a shot.
Forget it.
No?
Forget about it.
Well, you don't want to save your job? Don't you do anything possible to try to save your job?
I think last night, up until that last play, he did what he needs to do, which is have Tua throw screen passes until they are, in the game at the end, and then hope that Tua doesn't ruin it for you. As bad as Tua has been, I am out on him. And part of it, yes, was this off-season belief. It's amazing what off-seasons will do to you, whether you're an analyst or a fan or you're a fanalist. Whatever it is, we get warped into thinking that what we've seen isn't as bad as we thought and that things are always going to get better. Sometimes things get worse. Tua looks worse than he has previously, but we have seen signs of what he's been this year already. So it's not like it's all new. I still am not ready to say that Zach Wilson is the answer. Do we
All right.
forget how
Fine.
bad that guy is?
Fine.
Tua is not a star quarterback. I was dead
Did
wrong
we
on
forget
that.
how bad Danny Dimes was?
Danny Dimes at least he won a playoff game. He showed that he has a little something in there. Zach Wilson has never shown that he has anything. There was one game against the Bills when Rodgers went out with the injury. It's the only time I've seen him play well.
Speaking of the game last night, Josh Allen, I think this season he has either run or passed for 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, 70% per completion rate. Last 9 games dating back to last year, 15 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. He can have huge games or he can pick you apart with short passes as he did last night. Bet it or forget it. Josh Allen is Superman and a chess grandmaster all rolled up into one.
Bet it. You know, you had brought this up a week or so ago that perhaps Patrick Mahomes isn't the best quarterback in the NFL anymore. And I tried to push back on it because I don't want to fall into a trap where I'm doubting the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. I think that would be a foolish thing to do. But in terms of what the eye test, the stats, marry the two, what they are telling you right now, and you can go back to last year as part of this, so this isn't just a 3-week overreaction. Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes right now. And he's doing Mahomes-like things. Did you see that flick into the end zone last night?
Right.
I mean, he's just playing this playground style of football, but he's dominant when he needs to be. He can draw it back when he needs to. He's selfless, talented, smart, and he just keeps getting better. He's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Number
question. 1. All right, my Jaguars take on the Texans in Jacksonville tomorrow. You've been talking about Tua. You used to be a huge Tua guy. Now you're not anymore. Bet it or forget it. If the Jaguars lose to the Texans at home tomorrow and Trevor Lawrence doesn't play well, he'll start getting Tua-like treatment from Jags fans.
Yeah, bet it. And he probably should. I think he's entering that same category. How much longer can you hold on to that one great playoff win that you had against the Chargers? There's been so much bad with him. I still blame him primarily for Brian Thomas's issues last week. I think he has thrown hospital balls. I think he leads the league. I wish there was a stat for this because I think Trevor Lawrence would lead the league in hospital balls thrown over the middle to wide receivers. He doesn't throw the ball in their chest. There's a reason why Liam Cohen is smacking his chest last week because Trevor Lawrence throws the ball high. I think a lot of really good college quarterbacks, when they come into the league, that's one of the things that has to be worked out of them is they all have this incredible arm talent. Nobody's doubting Trevor Lawrence's talent, but it's his ability to place the ball properly in short area situations. And he's not good at that. And he's not a great processor of the field. And he is like Tua in that he makes mistakes at the exact wrong time. Brian Thomas Jr. shouldn't have dropped that last pass, but I think the problems over the course of the game had something to do with the fact that Trevor Lawrence has been throwing hospital balls to this guy for a year, and he's gun shy as a wide receiver. So if he's bad again, yeah, he's going to get that treatment, and he should.
The Jets at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. We all know what the Buccaneers have done over the last 2 weeks. Won 2 games in the last few minutes of the game. Bet it or forget it. The fact the Buccaneers are winning with a banged-up offensive line and a plethora of other injuries makes you think that their most dominant football is still ahead of them.
Yeah, I would bet it. And really, they just kind of eked out a win against Atlanta, and then they miracle win. They figured out how to get a miracle win against Houston with the 4th and 10 scramble against the Texans. They haven't really dominated yet. I look to them to potentially do that this weekend against Tyrod Taylor. You ought to be able to dominate the Jets. They don't look like a good football team. But like you said, even asking for that this weekend might be a stretch. They're without 2 of their best offensive linemen. They don't have Chris Godwin back. And Emeka Ibuka might not play. He has missed practice multiple times already this week. They're all banged up. They're showing how gritty they are. I think it's a tremendous quality. I have told you now how I have created my own power ratings in the NFL, and I keep boosting the Bucs up not because they're winning, but because of the way that they're playing without the guys that they have.
Right. All right, last one, the big college game, Miami versus Florida. We all know Billy Napier's job status, all right? Bet it or forget it. If he loses to Miami, nope, there's no way he saves his job. No way.
Like this weekend or just in general?
In general.
Okay, I would bet it. It seems like the rubber has met the road here. Like decisions have already probably been made. Okay, we'll leave the door slightly cracked for a miracle over the next couple of games, but I think
if there's going to be a miracle, doesn't it have to start this weekend?
Yeah, it does. I think even before they play the game, I think Scott Strickland's he's got the list. You know, Mark Daniels used to always talk about the list in the drawer.
Right.
I think Scott Strickland has taken that list out recently and perhaps updated it. The ink may not even be dry yet in terms of the last time he's looked at that. So he's got to go out and get a win. That's the only way to quiet the critics this weekend.
And that is bet it or forget it.
Up next, everyone's favorite uncle's in the building, and my stone cold locks of the week delivered straight to your doorstep. Next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
The most underrated part of football is the special teams. They can change a game, a big return, a block kick, a perfect punt that pins the other guys deep. In your financial life, special teams are the unexpected plays, sudden market drops, inflation spikes, or policy changes after an election. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. They're constantly monitoring the field, ready to adjust your plan so you can maintain and grow your wealth no matter what comes your way. I've got my own special team now. After moving my old 401k and other assets into a portfolio Trajan built just for me, it's been unbelievable. Founder Jeff Jr. is a Marine veteran, and he runs Trajan Wealth with the same focus, adaptability, and mission-first mindset he learned in the service. And just like football, preparation is everything. The market won't wait, but Trajan Wealth will be ready. Call Trajan Wealth at 407-213-0000 or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule that free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
It's been on more than one occasion now that I've had an incredible experience at Hammer and Nails grooming for guys. Went in for the manicure originally, got coaxed into the pedicure, and boy, am I glad that I did. Now I have a regular membership to Hammer and Nails. And talk about pampering. Us guys never take care of ourselves like this. The ladies in our lives have been holding out on us. Today's extraordinary man like yourself deserves a grooming experience in a space that's far from a take a number haircut farm pedicure station that reeks of acrylic fumes. It's none of that. You feel like a man when you walk into this place. They've got a bar right there at the front. The employees treat you like an absolute king. It's where rugged meets refined with a touch of class. Grooming expertise with a masculine touch. And what do I always say? Look good, feel good, play good at Hammer and Nails.
You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns on all the major roadways. There's also a couple accidents to keep an eye out for. I-4 westbound at the beach line on State Road 429 northbound before Schofield Road. The right lane's blocked there. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
The ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening tonight and tomorrow.
Live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tonight and tomorrow night, starting at 10:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
Whether it's the tailgate party, cheap seats, or the couch, football is better with a Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. Yingling Football Friday continues on 96.9 The Game.
Honest, trustworthy, out for your best interest, not things you often hear about with roofing companies. Do yourself a favor, spend a moment researching Eustace Roofing, and you'll find that those thoughts and reviews are exactly what people are saying all over the place. Get your roof replaced today. Don't get caught with a leaky roof during hurricane season. And right now, you can get 15% off of your new roof during their storm season sale. Visit EustaceRoofing.com. Schedule your free roof estimate today. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Visit EustaceRoofing.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Farah and Farah.
Orlando. Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
NFL is off to a wild start.
Touchdown pass number 508 for Aaron Rodgers.
And the new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Touchdown Denver.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown Chargers.
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
Touchdown.
Just search NFL to dive in. Members Only is brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. coronacigar.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I still can't wrap my head around the ranking, going from unranked and really thought of as a non-factor this year in college football, beating an 8th-ranked Alabama team. That's preseason ranked, so that's not even a fully legitimized ranking of they have this impressive resume, and that's what got them to this point. Ranked 8th, they win that game, and they have zoomed all the way up to number 10. The overall ranking of where Florida State is, based on the limited knowledge we have of what this team can actually be this year, doesn't completely line up. And it has people like Paul Feinbaum and yourself buying all the way back in, and Florida State fans out there. And I just fear that people are getting their hopes up for something that isn't actually there.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. The Miami Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Oh, what a special time to be alive. It is a Yingling Football Friday. We've got our official football picks coming up in the next segment. The Yingling six-pack. I am getting some wind that there's a special free money, free stuff. And
Kravitz, I need to interrupt you, man. I need to go to the door and let in. We got a special.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you go ahead. Let's see who we have. See, Mike's headed to the door. You open that bad, but it's a heavy door that oh, there he is.
Let's hear from Uncle Paulie, huh? With today's Wise Guy special.
I'm going to make him an offer then.
Well, thanks for letting me in the door, Mikey. What a gentleman and a scholar you are. It's your boy, Uncle Paulie, and smells phenomenal in here.
It smells like.
Heard you guys got free Italian yesterday. I didn't realize my Aunt Louisa was stopping by the studio. She makes a mean lasagna, Mikey. It's so good. I heard that goofball Brandon Kravitz was wearing it on his t-shirt. That guy's so messy. I thought he played for Inter Miami. But I digress. Last week, the Red Raiders of Texas Tech started pretty slow, and it impacted my ability to cash my over ticket. I would have been more upset, but my therapist told me I need to relax. So Uncle Paulie took it upon himself to take a couple of deep breaths, and then I threw my remote in the garbage disposal. Utah is at home in this conference showdown, and they got quite the quarterback under center, Devin Dampier. Ever heard of him? I know Texas Tech is undefeated, and they hasn't lost the game yet. They haven't won a game by less than 30 points, but I got news for you. This ain't no Arkansas Pine Bluff. You're about to get avalanched in the Rocky Mountains. I don't even know if they're over there. Utah minus 3.5. And you, my friends, you forget about it.
Oh, wow. Picking Texas Tech, Paulie. Wow.
Paulie took the Utes.
Man.
A lot of confidence. Big time showdown at noon. Is that the Rocky Mountains, by the way? Are they?
No,
I think they run through
Salt
Utah.
Lake City is in.
Are those the ones that are overlooking Salt Lake City? Are those the Rocky Mountains?
That's a good question.
I thought you would know the answer.
They're part of the Rocky Mountain chain. Yeah. I mean, they may be called something else, like the Sierra Madres or
right.
Yeah,
of course.
something like that.
Let's get to the locks.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Locks.
Give me a hell yeah.
Stone Cold Locks presented by Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. Second to none quality and care for the gentlemen in the audience. Last week, a downturn, 2-3 against the spread, bringing my season record to 4-8. So we have a lot of work still ahead of us. Lucky for us, I never waver, never back down, and I'm always ready to attack the weekend with the strength and weight of 1,000 men. Let's make some picks. Okay, all right. Let's make some picks, perhaps. Stone Cold Locks. Anyway, all the picks reflect this morning's odds over on Hard Rock Bet. Gators plus 9.5 against the Miami Hurricanes. Ugly. Bowling shoe ugly. Who wants to bet on the stupid Gators? No one. Look, I think Miami is the real deal, but this is the peak of the market right here. The preseason look ahead on this line was Miami -4. Now we're getting 5.5 extra points here on the Florida side. But think about it. If Lagway just throws 3 interceptions instead of 5, they probably beat LSU, who they were outplaying in Baton Rouge, the number 3 team in the country. If Florida wins that game, what's this number? I get that they got embarrassed, but I actually think that helps them in terms of bouncing back against a Miami team that is due for some negative regression. Miami wins, but in an ugly one. Give me the Gators to cover 9.5. Lock it up. Titans +4 at the Indianapolis Colts. It's as simple as this. Are the Colts really this good? This feels a lot like the Saints from last season, where everybody was anointing Clint Kubiak as this offensive genius because they scored a bunch of points against 2 bad defenses. The Colts beat the Dolphins up and down the field. That's less impressive, as every day goes by, and they barely sneak past the Broncos at home. This is Danny Dimes on the road as a publicly bet side against a division rival, and the Titans showed already they have cover capabilities with Cam Ward. Give me the Titans plus floor. Lock it up. Bears +1 against the Dallas Cowboys. Chicago got blasted last week, and yes, they are bad, but they come home where they have been a much better team over the past few seasons. In fact, over the last 5 years, they are a top 10 team in terms of their home and road splits. They score about 3 points better at home over the last 5 years than they do on the road. They also fit a similar trend here to the Tennessee Titans. Teams that start 0-2 going up against 1-1 teams in week 3 are 70% against the spread. The Bears fit a beautiful trend here. I'll take them to cover and win. Lock it up. And the last one, Jaylen Warren over 77.5 rushing plus receiving yards will end on a prop here. Warren had one of the best plays of the week in week 2, tackle breaking his way down the field against the Seattle Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers could not have beamed with more pride off of that run. I expect them to continue to feature Warren. Rodgers is great in the screen game, and right now Warren is their most explosive player going up against a New England team that ranks 31st in yards per play allowed. Jaylen Warren over 77.5 rushing and receiving yards. Lock it up. Those are your Stone Cold Locks of the week, presented by Hammer and Nails.
By the way, the Middle Rockies do extend into Utah, where they include prominent ranges like the Wasatch Mountains.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it the Wasatch that overlooks Salt Lake?
Or the Uinta.
Right.
Yeah.
We should have had Paulie say that.
Uinta Mountain.
Forget about it. All right. We got football picks, Yingling 6-pack coming your way next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
It is the Bulldog, and I am pumped up about what's going on at Don Mealy Chevrolet. It's a Silverado extravaganza. Because it's truck month at Chevy, that means you can save over $11,000 on a 2025 Silverado 1500 right there at Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. They've got more than 60 in stock, from the tough, dependable Silverado work truck to the one I want, the top of the line high country. So there's a Silverado for every budget and every lifestyle. Come see the truck experts today at Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. Chevy, together, let's drive.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
All the headlines to get you ready for your football weekend. It's the Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. Are you ready for football this weekend? Don't forget to get your Yingling before kickoff.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if you could get big bank muscle with small bank hustle, big bank convenience, and small bank connection? That's First Horizon, bringing together the best of big and small to help you on the road to your horizon. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
Still spending on search ads hoping to capture new customers? The truth is, search reaches people who already know your brand and is rapidly being replaced by AI. If you want real growth, you need to get in front of new customers on streaming TV, where attention is high on their favorite programming. Viant has proven technology to reach the right customers on the best programming, delivering real outcomes. Want better results? Visit ViantCTV.com today. That's ViantCTV.com BearUp.com.
We love stats, facts, and figures on this show. And what about this one? Your AC system consumes up to 80% of your electric bill, and a new AC system can save you up to 75% on the AC portion of your bill. That could save you a substantial amount of money in the long run, and Mills Air is here to help. Mills Air will get you feeling right. They'll have you living comfortably, and they'll do it all without breaking the bank. The best AC company in the market, bar none. I've used them for years, and you'll love it too. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
Get the Rolex of your dreams at International Diamond Center's 3-day epic Rolex event this weekend. IDC's buyers have scoured the globe for the finest luxury pre-owned Rolex models. Some models never even worn, still in the box. Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, Datejusts, Yachtmasters, Sky Dwellers. IDC has cornered the market on the most impressive collection of these pristine timepieces. If you've been looking for the perfect watch, but have been frustrated by the lack of choices and restrictions at the authorized dealers, make plans now to be at this amazing event. IDC has the luxury pre-owned Rolex you want at an amazing price, with special financing options as well. Each one has been well maintained and thoroughly inspected and looks brand new. Reward yourself or someone you love with the ultimate symbol of success and the most coveted brand in the world. Don't miss International Diamond Center's epic Rolex event with special pricing, special financing, and our best selection ever. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Unapproved credit.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BetterEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BetterEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BetterEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at BetterEdge.com or on the BetterEdge app.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. Help improve air and water quality in your local community by inviting your friends, family, and neighbors to join you in a local volunteer project. Discover projects in your area by visiting iHeartRadio.com/Earth. When we all chip in, our world becomes a better place. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This report is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. Financial freedom happens here.
Hey there, Central Florida. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Friday night forecast. Mainly clear skies through the rest of the overnight tonight. Temperatures dropping down into the low 70s. A beautiful night on tap to kick off the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, it's going to be a beautiful one. Temperatures going to linger throughout the upper 80s and low 90s. A little bit more of that humidity kicking back in with a couple of scattered showers and maybe a stray thunderstorm on tap for both your Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you get outside and enjoy.
Fairwinds Credit Union. Whether you need personal or business accounts to help you reach your goals, they've got you covered. Visit fairwinds.org to join their community of financial freedom seekers today. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Yingling Football Friday. We've got our six-pack coming up here in a moment. We also have a Hoppy Hour for you coming up a week from today. We'll be live at Hourglass Brewing, the district location. That's Friday, September 26th. Meet us right as we go off the air at Hourglass Brewing a week from today. It is time to get the picks in. Our official picks for the game you care about the most. The Yingling six-pack has arrived. We will start in the NFL. The Jets have flown down to Tampa to take on the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tyrod, not Tyrod, according to Baker Mayfield. That's how you pronounce the starting quarterback's name for the Jets. Will the Jets bounce back, or will the Bucs continue to stampede through the NFL? I want to see a nice big win from the Tampa Bay Bucs here. I'm going to take the Bucs minus the points. They are favored by 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Fields isn't playing. Come on. The Jets aren't even good with Justin Fields. You would think the Buccaneers playing at home would be able to get a big victory here. I'm with you. Give me the Bucs.
All right, Mikey is on the Tampa Bay Bucs as well. We are in agreement. Last week, I think we disagreed on all of our
picks. The Jets
picks.
have lost 11 straight as underdogs.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I definitely expect them to lose. The question is, can they cover the number? Our record, I should mention this at the top. Bianchi is 8-10, and I am 7-11. So both of us are sub 500, and Bianchi with a 1-game lead on me. The Texans are in desperation mode after starting 0-2. Good news for them is they have quite the sterling history against their division foes. 12-2 against the Jags in the last 14. The Jags are favored though by 1.5. Who you got, Mikey?
You know, I'm a big Jags fan, but I just don't trust the Jags. I mean, they had the game last week against the Bengals. Joe Burrow goes out, and they still lose the game. I can't pick the Jags against the Texans. Give me the Texans not only to cover, but to win on the money line.
Wow, this never happens. I'm the Jags guy this week, and you're the Texans guy. Something's wrong with C.J. Stroud. He doesn't look the same to me. 0-6 against the spread in his last 6 games. He looks bewildered. His offensive line isn't holding up.
Well, guess what? Something's wrong with Trevor Lawrence, and he does look the same to me, the same as he's looked over the last 4 or 5 years.
It's true. but Trevor at least gets to stay home. The Eagles are hosting the Rams. I think this is would you agree this is the best NFL game this weekend? This is the biggest game.
The Lions Ravens is pretty good.
But that's not this weekend.
Oh,
that's on Monday.
Monday night. Yes, I would agree with that.
The Eagles hosting the Rams, a rematch of the divisional round from last year's postseason. Philly 2-0 out of the gates. The Rams are as well. But the Eagles are not flying high. They are dead last in total passing yards through 2 weeks. Dead last in a league that has Bryce Young at quarterback.
But you know what? Jalen Hurts, he can squat 600 pounds.
But can he squat his way to a cover? The Eagles favored by 3.5. Who you got, Mikey?
The Rams are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. 7-0 against the spread in their past 7 road games. Give me the Rams.
All right. Those are my kind of stats, and I'm with Mike here. Give me the L.A. Rams. Quietly, one of the best teams in the NFL. The defense is awesome. Stafford and co. They're gonna keep this one close. And watch out for this storyline. False starts on the tush push. All of a sudden, you heard all this chatter this week that the Eagles are jumping.
Well, the NFL found that they did jump on one of them.
Well, once you cheat the Chiefs, the NFL is gonna come a calling.
Right.
Watch for false start penalties. That will help the LA Rams. And one of the coaches and teams that voted against the tush push, the LA Rams. So you know they're in the league's ear. Let's go to college. FSU hosts the Golden Flashes of Kent State. I think the last win for Kent State over an FBS opponent was in the Nixon administration. But the question is, can they keep it close? They are underdogs of 44.5 points.
Oh, the Gus bus is going to go round and round and round and round. Gus Malzahn loves the fact that his offense, which was terrible last year at Florida State, the worst in the Power 4, now they're a top 10 offense. They ran it up against East Texas A&M, and they're going to run it up again against the Kent State Golden Flashes. Give me FSU to cover that. Not FSU will win this by 60.
All right, let's not go crazy, but they better, okay? You're not going to like this, but I will have question marks about Florida State if they can't cover this spread.
Okay.
Texas Tech buried this team. Kent State lost by 48 against the Red Raiders. I think FSU will do it. They better. I'll take FSU to cover the number as well. The Gators waddled down to South Beach to take on Carson Beck and the 4th-ranked Miami Hurricanes. The get-in price for this game, $143. This is a hot ticket down in Miami. Hurricanes favored by 9.5. Average margin of victory for the Canes so far, 27 points per game. Give me the Florida Gators. I will take Florida plus the points. It's one of my locks of the week. This is the ultimate buy low, sell high. Sports betting was built off of it. Gators cover the spread.
No way. DJ Lagway is playing like one of the worst quarterbacks in the country. He's inaccurate. He's imprecise. He threw 5 interceptions last week, and now he's going down to Miami to play maybe the best team in the country with a quarterback, by the way, who is the complete opposite of DJ Lagway. Carson Beck is the most accurate quarterback in the country this year. Canes will win this game going away. They'll win it by at least 14.
All right, Bianchi on the Hurricanes. I am on the Gators. It's one of our big head-to-head battles this week. A lot of agreement, but that one could be the deciding game. But we'll see how we do with the 6th in the 6th pack. Good thing Bill's got a hoodie on because I hear there's a frost advisory in East Orlando. Scott Frost looks to start the season 3-0, but can he cover the number? And did the bye week help or hurt UCF? UCF is favored by 6.5. I will take it. I'm still shaken by what I saw in the opening week game against TCU for UNC. I think this Tar Heels team is pretty awful. Give me the Knights minus the points. Bianchi.
Prodigy. Turn on the money machine. Here it comes. Here it comes. Yeah. It talks just like I'm talking right now. I know. North Carolina hasn't looked good this season. They got crushed by TCU. They haven't looked very impressive since then. UCF's at home. As you said, there could be a frost warning. Scott Frost trying to get his coaching mojo back. This is a big game. This could be a momentum-shifting game for UCF's program. But we know Bill Belichick is a defensive mastermind. We know what he can do to inexperienced quarterbacks like Taven Jackson, okay? We know. Free money, free stuff. Give me UCF to win, but North Carolina to cover.
I thought you were about to swerve us there at the end of that one. Feeling good about the hoodie. I've been all torn up on this.
In fact, the only reason I almost switched, I picked UCF in the paper, all right, in the newspaper.
Oh, you're hedging. You win either way.
No. I picked UCF to win in the paper, and I'm picking UCF to win this. I'm just picking North Carolina to cover. But if I hadn't picked UCF to win in the paper, I would have picked North Carolina to win this outright today. I've changed my mind on this a little bit.
What has shifted your perspective? Just a gut feeling?
Just a gut feeling. And I think people are overrating UCF after what
I will say this. What exactly has UCF done to be worthy of being a near touchdown favorite, a touchdown and an extra point favorite against any team in FBS?
Right.
So that should give people some pause.
Right.
But I think this UCF team is it's almost like a hope thing more than I've seen it kind of a thing.
Yeah, I'm picking UCF to win because I want them to win, but I'm taking North Carolina.
The problem is if UNC is as bad as what we saw in week 1, this should be relatively easy for UCF. Coming up next, Oh, yeah, right. Total trap. Total look ahead. I'd be surprised if Scott Frost is even game planning for UNC. Up next, 2-minute drill, our final takes of the week coming your way next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Mortgage rates are sliding, inventory's rising, and the Nickley Group is helping home buyers save an average of $24,000. Yeah.